welcome everybody to the Hello Ad Funnels Explained. Today it's quite a short session, so only 1 hour. So obviously we're not going to go into extreme detail with this. However, I really wanted to just sort of help people understand what an ad funnel is, or a marketing funnel or a sales funnel, and how you can apply that to your business online. And sometimes I think just really sort of bringing it back to the basics and understanding, you know, what it all means. And then we can maybe look at some examples on how you might be able to apply it to your own business. And then from that, if you feel that there's something that you want more detail around, you can always request a workshop, and I'm happy to put something together for you. So just keep that in mind, that today, because it is a short session, it's going to be the higher level stuff, more the understanding of what it is and how it works. And we can do something that's a little bit more in depth down the track if you like. Now I can see that Greg, you put your hand up. Did you want to say anything?
No.
Nope, that was just a hello.
Oh, that was just a hello, yes.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. And yeah, so if you guys want to have a chat at all, interject, ask questions, feel free to do that throughout the session. No worries at all.
Okay.
So for anyone, excuse me, who hasn't signed up for the 7 hours of mentorship, I just thought I'd touch on that quickly, because there's people who can actually register for these sessions free of charge without going through the mentorship, but it is such a fantastic offer that I think it's worth every small business knowing about it. So it's 7 hours of personalised support from one of our advisors around Australia in these 4 key capability areas. So if you feel like you want some more guidance or mentorship around social media and digital marketing, websites and selling online, online security and data privacy, or using business software such as, let's say, MailChimp or any CRMs like HubSpot, then feel free to register for this program. It's 7 hours of support. 3 of those is one-on-one mentorship from an advisor of your choice. And then 4 hours of that has to be done through things like this, workshops or webinars. And that's the whole program, and the whole program's $44 all up. Okay, so with that, if you've got any questions, feel free to email me or Business Station. So my email is renee@businessstation.com.au. Any questions about that from anybody? Nope. Just ask questions. Oh, sorry, who was that?
No, I just said all good, thank you.
All good? No worries, thank you. Okay, so I thought what we might do just to get things started, so we have an understanding of who's in the room. What industry are you in? If you can just pop that in our chat box, and it will be on the little menu bar for the Zoom screen for you. And that will just help me to understand who's in here and how your sales funnel or marketing funnel might look. So it's different for every industry, and you know, it can be as basic or as complex as you like. So let's have a look. We'll go further. So just pop it in the little chat box. So what we really want to understand is, you know, how do we get customers, keep customers, and grow customers? And through a really fine-tuned sales funnel, we can do all of that with minimal, I guess, time investment really from us. So once we have that working well, then it will just sort of run in the background without you having to do too much yourself with regards to physical time. So can I just ask, oh, hold on a minute. We've got some questions here. So we've got a massage, we've got digital healthcare, business to business. We have a retail eco shop trading in ecologically sustainable goods.
Yeah.
Ecologically, yep, sustainable goods. Thank you. And the presentation will be available to view later, Susan. Yes, not a problem at all. And Jeanette's a Find My Travel Guru online platform connecting travellers with travel experts. We've got Jay, who's surfing tourism industry, SF Consulting, which is a finance consultant and author, and a office rental property co-working space. So as you can see, there's a very broad range of industries there. So let's have a look at how those sales funnels might work. And I'm going to get everyone to have a little think about what yours might look like. So has anybody here, as far as they're aware, got a sales funnel, or have they mapped out a sales funnel for their own business? And if you have, would you be able to tell us a little bit about it, like whoever might have done that? No one's done that one, mate. Yeah, cool. Oh, well, that's good. We can all learn a little bit today then, I guess. That's good. Okay, so what's an ad, sales, or marketing funnel? What it is a step-by-step process that drives your potential customer closer to your offer the further they move down the funnel, and visualize it as if it really is like a funnel. So you can use things like email, organic website search, organic search on Google, paid ads, Google ads, social media posting, organic or paid. You can do articles, videos, blogs. So writing blogs and having those published on your website help with the organic SEO of your website. You've got things like your physical marketing efforts as well, which could be things like flyers or publications in magazines. So there's lots of different things that help get people or potential customers in the top of that funnel. And that's a very broad group of people. So there's only a small percentage of those people that we push through the top of the funnel that will end up being driven right to the very end decision purchase stage. Okay, so as I said earlier, there's actually, sorry, just ignore the smaller text under those, that shouldn't be there. There's multiple different funnels, such as you've got a physical retail store where people walk into the shop. You've got e-commerce where people do everything online through to making purchases on your website. And you've got software as a service as well, so subscription businesses. So each of those funnels will be very different. You've got physical and virtual, as I mentioned earlier. So physical can include things like, and this is getting as many customers as possible into the top of the funnel. Physical can be billboard, flyer, magazine ad, or an article, and networking. Virtual can be things like email, social posting, which is either digital, organic or paid. You've got website organic or Google ads. You've got blogs, articles, and video. So with that, can I ask someone within the group to share their business and what part of each of these, physical or virtual, you're partaking in? Is anyone willing to share that with us today?
I will. Diane?
Yep. Hi, Diane. Thanks.
Okay. No to billboards. Flyers we used to do years ago, but because we're an eco business, we try to avoid using paper.
Yep.
I've actually physically put flyers in every letterbox from Palm Cove to Gordon Vale 4 times. We used to do magazine ads. Print media didn't ever work for us. Tried radio as well. That didn't work. Networking, I'm trying to build that at the moment by getting into Facebook. Email, don't really do that because I've always found that things go to junk mail too often. Social and digital. I had somebody working the Facebook for my business up until about 6 months ago. She left. Now I'm trying to step into that role among all the other hats that I wear. Haven't done anything with paid ads or anything. Website is about to go up, but in a limited form for the moment. And I've used MailChimp newsletter. I had 1,000 people that I was sending out regular newsletters to, but because I didn't have my website working well, I couldn't really utilize the links of people clicking on that to optimize my website. So I felt that it was a waste of time and I was better off focusing more on the website. And articles, sometimes we put news out to television stations. We've been interviewed a few times for different things. And more recently, I've been working through another organisation doing public speaking. So, yeah,
Cool. Would that happen to be Toastmasters?
No, it was actually with the plastics ban in Queensland. I had an organisation on the tablelands who had funding to promote the plastics ban. So they employed me as a speaker, and I travelled the outback with them to go to many towns and got to stand up in front of the council and address them. So that was really good.
That's fantastic. And that's part of your funnel, really. Still, like, you know, efforts towards your funnel. So, okay. So have you found that any of those have worked well for you yet?
As I said, with print media, we found just didn't really work at all. The MailChimp definitely worked. I watched the statistics in the background. I worked out that if I sent my newsletter out just before 10 o'clock in the morning, because we were mainly targeting people in cafes when we sent out our newsletter regarding packaging products, they would read it at their morning tea time. I would often have orders around lunchtime, and I could see the peaks of when they were opening and closing, looking at those.
Yeah. So because I noticed that you mentioned with email, you stopped doing that just because of the spam filters.
Yeah.
There are little clever things that we can do to try and get into people's inboxes. And there's also things to avoid with email as well, to try and minimize the chances of ending up in their junk boxes. So there is actually a workshop happening, which is around email marketing, things to look out for to avoid junk. And so on the 19th of January, for anyone who's interested in attending that. So for me, email marketing is hands down my biggest return on investment for my business. So obviously, like I said, every business is going to be different. Every industry is different. But email marketing works exceptionally well. And I've found that it's about trying to really get that balance of sales and informational, useful sort of content within an e-newsletter, and not overdoing it. So really trying to find that sweet spot with regards to how frequently we send the e-newsletters. And also, like you said, it's so important that our website is optimized, that we're using our email marketing to drive traffic to our website. And I'll talk about the importance of that in a minute, because really we need to make sure we've got our pixels installed so that when we're doing our email marketing, we're actually tracking the visitors to our website, because they're the people we know who are moving through our sales funnel. So they're becoming, warmer and warmer towards the buyer stage. And we can actually then retarget those guys through paid digital social media marketing ads. And that they're people who are very highly likely to purchase once they've been looking at our website and checking out our products. So thanks heaps for sharing that. Okay, so close my little boxes here because they get in the way. Right, so what we have here is a funnel, and this is what, if you visualize it, what it could look like. So everyone's got their own way of, naming each stage of the funnel. So the top funnel is where we want to get as many people as possible. And then as we sift it, we get the more interested people. Like, think of it like a sieve with sand in it. As you sift it, you're left with the few little pebbles at the end of people who actually want to purchase. So awareness and attention. So this is all of our marketing activities, social media posts, Google search, digital ads, flyers on billboards, word of mouth. We're just pushing as many people through that top of the funnel as possible. We're sending traffic to our website as well. Hopefully we're getting as many people as possible to our website through the top of that funnel. Consideration and interest. So this is where you potentially have a solution for a problem that they're trying to solve. So you've pushed all of these people in the top of the funnel. Some of those people are going to say, oh, wow, this company could be a solution for something that we're trying to solve here. And that then hopefully they're moving through and actually clicking on our website to look at all of our products and services. We can also drive people there through digital ads, emails. So we might have an email database of people who have shown an interest in the past or signed up for our e-newsletter. Another thing you can do with your email marketing as well is use that for retargeting ads too. So if you've got a database, you can actually use that to retarget people through ads. You've also got your blogs. So people who might be searching for, let's say, for example, and I'm going to share something with you in a second. Let's say you're a tourism company and you do tours in the Kimberleys, so in the outback. And I know that there are travel agencies that actually do this. So that's why I'm sharing this example. So to hopefully get your website considered or your product considered, you need people to be aware of you. So what you start doing is writing blogs about the best time to travel in the Kimberley, because you know that a lot of people are searching for that search term. And by you writing a blog in response to that, you are hopefully going to show up on Google search. So let's have a look and see what that might look like as an example. Where am I? I'll go on this one here. So we're going to go into Google. We're going to do a Google search for best time to travel to the Kimberleys. There we go. So at the top, we can see you've got all of your Google searches here, right? But at the very top, we've got this thing which is called a snippet. So see the blurb I'm highlighting here. That is a blog that's been written by an organization, so a company, which is called Walk into Luxury. So they have written a blog answering my question. So Google has rewarded them for writing great content in response to a query that's been asked by a person online. So by them doing that, they're pushing me in the top of their funnel. So then I'm going to move now into the next phase of that funnel when I look at that and I see what is the best time to travel to the Kimberley. Now, there's a good chance that they're not just putting this information out there just because they're passionate about it. It's because they're trying to get me to make an inquiry about one of their tours or experiences. So now I've gone into from their awareness phase, which is where they've written a blog, and I've found it by doing a Google search. I've gone to their website. So now I'm into their consideration phase. So from here, I might click on actually booking inquiries. So once I've gone into that, I'm into the next phase of the funnel, so deeper. And sadly though, if we have a look at this website, they don't actually have any pixels installed. So a pixel, see here I've got something which is called the Facebook Pixel Helper. It tells me if they've got a Facebook pixel installed on their website and if they're tracking the activity or the action or the journey that I'm taking on their website. So basically, I'm lost. So they won't be able to retarget me through Facebook and Instagram ads. Whereas if they had a pixel installed, a little piece of code, they would know exactly what page I went to, what buttons I clicked on. So does that make sense so far?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm going to show you guys another example of a company, an e-commerce business who does this exceptionally well. So, and I know because I'm actually a customer of theirs now, and I'm a customer that does repeat purchases worth, and I've spent a lot of money with them purely because they've got such a great sales funnel. Okay, so Susan, you were saying that yes, you do have a sales funnel set up. I don't think Susan can talk, but that's okay. If she can a bit later, she can turn her microphone on. All right, so now we're going to go back to our funnel and have a look at our next phase. So consideration and interest. So there you go, potentially have a solution for a problem they're trying to solve. So that's where we just saw that the travel agency or the business, the tour company, that were offering tours in the Kimberleys. Now desire. So they've researched you, they want to buy, they can see that you're an expert or a leader in your field. So you show them that you know what you're talking about, and you influence their decisions. So from there, I could say that the blog that they've written, they've given some really great information in there. So we'll go back to that. When is the best time? So we can see that they understand like the time of the year, how many degrees. It looks like they know a lot about the region. They've got some other blogs that they've written. So they're sort of positioning themselves as an industry expert or someone who really knows what they're talking about with regards to the region. So that could be enough for me then to move through to the next phase of the funnel. Okay, so that would be the decision. So that's where the decision for them, it could be lots of different things. It doesn't have to actually be a physical purchase. So they might be just aiming to get leads, so filling out a form, which could be making that inquiry on their website, or it could be, if you're a SaaS business, so software as a service, it could be that you're trying to push people through a funnel to get a demo, or it could be a physical sale. But where the gold is retention. So that's when we get customers who come back and they purchase again and again and again. And I was using the example earlier of the e-commerce business that I'm going to show you the example of. So they love you so much, they come back for more. They might sign up for an ongoing subscription, Netflix as an example. That could be just repeat purchases of products. So maybe a bathroom hardware company where you've purchased their taps before, you love them, so you go back when you want to get your plugs, or you go back when you want to get your shower heads because maybe you've had a problem with their product, but then their customer service was so amazing and they rectified the issue that you know that you've got that support, so you'll go back to them again. It could be memberships, it could be loyalty programs, or even customer specials. So has anybody got questions about the actual funnel and where they're at, or? No, everyone's pretty good with that. All right, no worries. If you have got a question about your industry and what that funnel might look like, then definitely ask me the question. So with the example we used earlier of, so Jay's just asked if I can give a little bit more information on the Facebook pixels. Absolutely. I am actually going to do another workshop on that one just in our webinar, because it is something that a lot of people are not aware of. And so basically what it is it's a piece of code that you create and you install it on your website. Facebook and Instagram have partner platforms such as, WordPress or WooCommerce or Shopify. So they've got a lot of different platforms that they're partnered with. And when they're partnered with a platform, it's very, very easy for you to follow the bouncing ball instructions that they give you to install that pixel yourself. If you've got a custom website or it's not a partner platform, you might need to speak to your developer to install that piece of code in the back end of your website, because it can get a little bit tricky if you're not super tech savvy with that sort of stuff. And so there are things which are called pixels, which is all about your cookies, so browser history and stuff like that, and cookies. Facebook's trying to move towards a cookieless, and this is where I could lose everyone, and don't worry, because if you do want to know more, then maybe it's worth coming to the Pixel workshop. But they're trying to move towards cookieless sort of business. So they're now doing something which is called Conversions API, which also tracks the activity on the website. Still need your pixel there, but what Conversions API does is it actually gets that information from your server itself. So you're not relying on the cookies, and you don't have to worry about people who put on their, privacy on their browser and stuff like that. So with that, I'm going to show you in a minute what it looks like when someone has got a pixel installed on their website. So, and that will all be something that's part of feeding people through to the decision retention phase of that funnel. So from here, let's have a look at the things that sort of help push people into the top of the funnel. This is, I forget which website I took this from. It might have been from Funnelytics, and I'll give you some examples of different software that you can use, and they've got free versions, like trial versions, where you can map out the journey that your customers take, so that you can help visualize the funnel for your specific business or industry. So website visitors, so this should always be no risk or low risk offer. So people feel like they can come, they can check it out, they don't have to commit to anything. So when they come and visit your website, so that's things like blog articles. So great example just before with the helicopter business doing tours in the Kimberleys. So write blogs to try and bring traffic to your website through organic Google search. YouTube videos. So you might be doing YouTube videos, which then drives traffic through to your website. Podcasts. So I think we've all seen podcasts as extremely popular now. And again, I get sucked in through that myself. Like, I love podcasts. They always direct people through to their socials or their website. Could be interviews, audio files. Low risk offer. So that's zero, no risk. So you're not asking them for anything when they go to your blog, YouTube, podcast, interviews, or audio files. Low risk offer means that usually with a low risk offer, it means that you've got to submit your email address, which is giving them a piece of your data or information. So ebooks, you usually have to submit an email to download a free ebook or template. So it could be download this checklist, so a template to help you with your social media audit. But they're giving you something which is slightly valuable, so you have to give them something in return, which is your email address. Any reports, white papers, guides, or resources. So that's all feeding as many people into that top of that funnel. The next one is, so then they know about you. When they like you, they move down the funnel. So that's things like they might follow you on your socials, check out your about us, testimonials, frequently asked questions, guarantees, demos, trials, webinars, newsletters, and endorsements. So when you think about it, even with you guys coming here today, so you've become aware of the digital solutions program through whichever means. It could have been social media ads, it could have been through, whatever, which just think about how you came to know about the digital solutions program. So you were at the top, but now you are returning because you're getting webinars. So you're watching the webinars, you're attending the workshops, and then trust. So what would be the end game? So maybe signing up for the $44 7 hours of support. Or are you already there and you're being retained because you're coming back for more education and training? So with the trust, it's like, contact us, buy now, you're actually buying. And we want, really, the goal is when we get return customers. That's what we really want to aim for after that buy stage. So I've just got another question from Jay, and I'm going to flip back and forwards just because I want to make sure that I'm answering questions that are relevant to the time that we're working through this content. So Jay's just asking, do the pixels track where they come from, regardless, or just where they come through Facebook or Instagram, please? So a pixel, what you can do is, and I think that you might need to attend that workshop, Jay, just so we don't get off track with the funnel. But a pixel, if you want to understand where your customers are coming from on your website, it's probably a good idea to have a look at your Google Analytics, or you can have a look at your actual pixel data, which shows you the whole visitors, but it doesn't actually show you where those visitors come from. Pixel data within Facebook, so Events Manager it's called. But I think that might be something we can go into more detail within that workshop. So I'm pretty much booked out until the end of January. So my pixel workshop was going to be after that. However, I'm getting a lot of questions, so I might even try and get that workshop done before Christmas for anyone who wants to attend, but I'll let you know how I go with that. All right, so let's have a look. Here's an example. These guys here, I am a fan of their work or their product. No, don't say sorry for questions either. I love them. That's really good, because everyone probably has the same questions anyway. So example, ABI Interiors. So I've been renovating for a couple of years now. I came across ABI Interiors because I was doing Google searches for things like brass tapware, white sinks, and ABI Interiors were always on top of the Google search. So whether it was organically or through Google Ads, then they were always at the top. So I found them to be someone who was, like, everywhere I looked, they were there. Then I might not have purchased. So at that stage, I'm just researching, I'm becoming aware of them. Then I'd be on Facebook and I'm scrolling my feed, or Instagram, and I'm seeing their actual products popping up in my Facebook feed. Or I'm seeing where there's influencers who are using their product within their bathrooms. Or I'm seeing, I don't know if any of you guys are aware of Three Bird Renovations. So they do like a beautiful coastal design home. So they renovate very coastal, very on trend. And so ABI would be advertising or retargeting me through ads on Facebook and Instagram where their product has been used in 3-bird renovation homes. So I can actually see their product that's been used within a real life renovation, and it looks beautiful. So, and within the style that I like. So that's an example of how email marketing. So I've been added to email nurture campaigns. So really, really incredible marketing these guys do. So I really wanted to show you guys what that looks like in real life, and we'll go in and have a look at that in a second. So let's have a think about their funnel first. So their e-commerce conversion funnel is awareness. So they get 100% of their visitors at the awareness phase. Then I was searching for brass tapware. So I see their products popping up everywhere I go, brass tapware. So 70% of the visitors might start considering their brass tapware product or another product that they offer. Then you've got desire. So that's where I start seeing 3-bird renovations, and I'm seeing it used in real life, and it's very trendy, and it's the style that I like. And I think, yeah, that's what I really want. Gosh, I wish I could afford that tap, or I really want that tab, but it's a little bit out of my price range maybe, or I'm just not quite sure, what their support's like because I can't physically touch or see the product. So they might push me to decide by retargeting me in an ad, and in that ad, or even an email, an e-newsletter that comes to me, which is a discount offer, or it could also be a testimonial maybe that pushes me to decide, or it could be that they are doing a bundle deal. So that could be enough for me to make that decision to buy. Then I go through to the retention where I go back and I go, oh, now I want matching, shower grids, or I want matching shower heads. And the reason I'm happy to decide is because I've received to go back again. They've retained me because I love the product. It's good quality, fantastic customer care. And I've put it in the bathroom, and the product is what it says it is. So that's where they retain me, and I keep going back for more. So with that, I'm going to have a look at the awareness or attention stage. So ultimately, like, the goal is at this stage to drive as many people back to our website as possible. And ways that we might do that is through, down the bottom left-hand side, I've got an icon for through social. So a lot of people say to me, do I really need a website because I've got a Facebook page or an Instagram account or whatever? And I'm like, absolutely. You really, really, really do need a website. You might even have, if you haven't really got the budget to do a full-blown website, you might even look at doing some kind of a one-page landing page that you can drive traffic to. You've got email marketing. So people or customers who've already inquired with you, you can send traffic to your website. Email marketing should be with a goal to drive traffic back to your website, to either a specific product, a blog, testimonial page, about page, a video on YouTube, whatever. You need to use your email to drive traffic back to somewhere specific. We do email marketing as one of our main services in our business. I love it because I know it works. But I've often seen mistakes where people come to me and the email marketing just isn't working. And it's because they're not providing enough opportunity for people to click through to their website, or they're just providing zero opportunity. So they're putting out a letter, say, about what's happening in their business, and that's it. So it's quite, I guess, self-centered without really thinking about what the customer might want or what the customer might be able to get out of your email. And so you really want to be offering advice, tips, solutions, driving traffic to your website where possible, where they can read more. So let's say you put a blog in your website. You might just put the intro to your blog, which might be about 5 tips to the perfect coastal patio layout. I'm just making something up there. And so you're giving them something to help them. So then that might, because you haven't listed everything in your e-newsletter, it's like, read the blog here or read 5 tips here. They click on it and it drives that traffic to your website. So now you, just through that click to your website, you've weeded out of, say, a database of 2,000 people, you might have 40 people who've clicked on that link. we know those 40 people are potentially ready to buy a product from you because they are in that part of the funnel where they, oh, yes, I want to know how to do that, potentially because they're about to renovate their patio and you've got products and services that can help them with that. So you've just pushed them through the funnel, and when they land on your website and they read that blog, you can then target those specific people through ads on Facebook and Instagram. So you can capture those people specifically and retarget them to remind them and try and convert them through the decision phase of the funnel. Paid ads, so obviously that's a paid ad where we're retargeting. Organic posting, so that might be where you're just posting to your social timelines, and you know, people who may already know about you plus some of their friends or family. And it's really good to still have that organic posting because it shows them behind the scenes. It shows them they can trust you. It's good for maintaining relationships, whereas your ads are really good for finding people who don't already know about you or reminding people who are highly interested in your product or service. An example of that might be that you're looking to buy your child a pair of binoculars for Christmas. You've been online, you found a pair of binoculars, you've been distracted because the kids need to go to bed, so you're getting them to bed and you completely forget about the fact that you're going to buy them those pair of binoculars. But you're on Facebook or the next day and you log on to Facebook and you start seeing ads pop up about those actual pairs of that pair of binoculars. That's when you go, oh, that's right, I forgot to buy those. So what that could be is that your pixel has been tracking people who have either abandoned cart or shopping bag or been to that specific URL on the website, that product URL. And so they've been able to recapture you and bring you back into the funnel by reminding you when you're on Facebook next. You got your blogs, which drive traffic back to your website because it helps you rank for organic search on Google, and obviously videos through YouTube or Vimeo or whatever you use for your video. Any questions so far with regards to that? Nope. Okay. I just hope I'm making sense. So funnel mapping. So funnel mapping is creating the flow diagram of the sales funnel or visually representing the sales funnel before it's going to develop. So you might sit down and, in all honesty, like there's so much software out there that you can use, free, paid, whatever. Google actually has its own software as well that you can use. Personally, I love to draw. So everyone learns differently. Even though I'm in the digital space, I find it much easier to physically draw what my funnel looks like, and then I might do it digitally then to share with my team so that they can view it and I can update it easily. So you might even decide that you want to do a digital version of it, but you might want to draw it. Go to Fiverr or something like that and ask someone on there to please put it into a digital document for you. So basically, visually representing the sales funnel before it is going to develop. The flow diagram. Oh, yes, Greg, have you got a question? You there, Greg?
Yes, I am.
Oh, did you have a question?
No, I didn't say a thing.
That's okay. The hand, no, you're right. The hand keeps, it sort of like pops up again. That's okay.
I haven't touched a thing, so I don't know what's going on.
No, that's all right. No worries at all. No, it's all good. The flow diagram will give information on the sales process, like stages in the funnel, landing pages, and traffic sources. So some of your CRM, like I use, what do I use actually? Agile. Oh gosh, yeah, I think it's oh my gosh, I forget the CRM name that I use. It's completely just slipped my mind. I think it's Agile, and within that, I can actually map out the sales funnel that I do, or the marketing funnel that I do within that, to the extent that I might go, like, let's say an email nurture campaign. So email this. If someone clicks on this button, 3 days later, I send them a text message. If they open it, then I do this email and this email, this email, this email, or I send them here or wherever. So I can actually do that within my CRM. You might be able to do it with yours. I know that most of them do have a a service within their programs that do this, but usually you have to pay more, like subscription for that extra service. So as you can see here, we've got traffic from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, affiliate program on the left, and that's all driving traffic for a specific product or a service to an opt-in page. So that could be on your website, or it could be a landing page that you've created for one particular service. So let's say you're a fitness business. So you do a fitness subscription for fitness at home. So people can watch your fitness lessons from the comfort of their home. So you're advertising it through or promoting it through Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, affiliate program. I'd obviously put in there Google search, whatever. And you're sending them to an opt-in page, which is about your fitness at home subscription. From there, you might send them to a webinar where they can test it. From there, you might send them to an email, which is offering them a 20% off discount if they register in time for the summer challenge. And then they might order it, but they might have ordered it directly from the webinar. And then you can send them a thank you page. That's a very basic funnel, but that's an example of how one can work. So software that you can use, and a lot of these have free versions of it. So Lucidchart, Mind, Funnelytics, ConvertFlow, or like I said, Google does offer a product as well. I can't recall what it's called, but it is a free product. If you do a Google search, you'll be able to find it. Otherwise, simply draw down what your funnel looks like. Think about all of the different areas that most of your traffic comes to you. Think about what your product is that you're trying to promote. So what is your conversion? Is it a lead that a form that people are filling out? Is it an actual purchase? Is it to watch a webinar? Is it a demo? They're ordering a demo of your product. Before we go into that, I'm going to go now to the example of ABI interiors. So we're going to go to
Renee, it's Jeanette. Would Active Campaign be an example of one of those programs? I've just signed up to Active Campaign and I'm in the process of, doing up my sales marketing funnel.
Yeah. So Active Campaign, I know, is an email marketing platform. So it could be that Active Campaign offers, so you nurture emails for campaigns, but that might be one part of your whole funnel. They may offer mapping. Let's have a look. I'll do a little Google search. So funnel mapping, Active Campaign. Let's see if they do one.
Yeah, I'm just getting a bit confused how they would differ.
Well, I suppose, okay, so let's think about mapping your funnel will include things like drawing. You might draw a little, let's go back to here. So see here, where this is us actually just drawing where the traffic's coming from. You might put a website here. I don't think Active Campaign gives you something where you can draw the flow chart. Does that make sense? This is just mapping where a flow chart kind of a thing, but it's not just including email.
Yeah,
it's also does that make sense?
Yeah, sorry, I was just overthinking it then.
No, that's okay. Whereas Active Campaign would come in where all those emails are down the bottom in this image.
Yeah, thanks, Renee.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at ABI. So we're going to go, I'm doing a search for brass tapware because I want to Tapware Australia. Oh, wow, look at all these beautiful brass taps. ABI Interiors. Oh, okay, so they're running ads at the moment. So I haven't gone to their website yet. So this is the awareness phase where I'm like, oh, never heard about these guys before. ABI Interiors seems to be here a lot. They've got great reviews. They've got a Google My Business listing. Oh no, that's consolidated, so that's not theirs. I might go down. They've got an ad that shows up for the first paid ad. if I scroll down, they've got, let's see if they're organically ranking on Google. Oh, they're not organically ranking on #1, but probably from here, I would see one of these taps and I would actually probably click on one of those taps. So I'm going to go to ABI's brass tapware because that tap there stood out to me. I love it. So now I'm going into the consideration phase of this funnel. And I might go, oh, you know, they're set up with Afterpay. It's they're showing me all different designs of where they've had it. So that's sort of like showing me, reinforcing that it's being used in these kitchens. This is what it looks like. As I go down, they've got all the product information here. People buy, they're giving me solutions for other things so really they're convincing me here. This is where I'm starting to go, yeah, I really like this. I want to buy. But once I've been on here, what's going to happen next is I know I'm going to start seeing their ads pop up in my Facebook and my Instagram account. You know how I know that? And Jay, this is something you'll find interesting here, is because I've got my Facebook Pixel helper installed, which tells me if I'm being tracked. If I click on that, they've got 2 pixels on this website, right? They're tracking any page views and any content views. Okay, so that means that now I've been tracked. So when I go to Facebook, there's a good chance I'm going to start seeing their ads pop up in my actual timeline. So from here, I could go to any of their social channels to have a look at, you know, if anybody else is using their product. But what I might do is go to Instagram. So let's go to Instagram for these guys. And I can start looking at their actual product being used in kitchens. So I might go, oh, what's this one all about? It's a video. So it's a project. These guys from ABI Interiors take on the mighty challenge of renovating a tired beachside apartment into the ultimate bachelor pad. So they're convincing me here. This is where I'm like, I'm desiring this product because I've seen what they've turned something into and what it's ended up looking like. They're very much like 3-bird reno style, actually, these guys here, by the looks. Pretty sure this one here. So they're showing us where their product is featured in this kitchen. It's by Commercial Pull-Out Mixer in Brushed Copper. It's their Elysian product. The photo is by Emily O'Brien's stylist. So from there, I could go and have it. So this is, see how it's really showing me that people are using their product, people who have got beautiful photos. So it's making me want their product more. If it was no good, you wouldn't be seeing this much great content on the socials. So now I'm going to go to Facebook. I know I'm being tracked. Oh, here we go. Let's go to Facebook and have a look and see if they are tracking me yet. It can take a little bit of time before it starts pushing ads into my feed. So I've only just looked at their stuff again recently. Let's see if I get delivered any ads. Mr. Zimmy is a great example. I look at their stuff all the time, obviously because it's clothing. So their stuff's always popping up in my newsfeed. Let's see if we can see any more ads. Another sponsored post there. Nothing yet. But what will start happening is, as time goes on, I will start to see their posts popping up in here. Now, if you're considering a funnel for yourself and you want to know what people in your industry are doing or what your competitors are doing. So let's say I'm a a tap hardware company, a bathroom hardware company. I know that ABI is extremely active and they've got some pretty crazy funnels set up. and I know that they've got a fairly big budget, so I can actually go to their Facebook page now, and I can have a look to see what sort of ads they're running and start thinking about what stage of the funnel those ads have been designed for, and that might help you design your own ads. So let's go in to your competitors page, or someone who you think, oh wow, they do a really great job of their marketing or their funnel, because you know that you get pushed through their funnel. Then you might go to their page, scroll down to where it says page transparency here, see all, and it's going to show us this page is currently running ads. So let's go to the ad library, and this is now going to show us all of the different ads that they're running on Facebook and Instagram, or wherever else they're running ads. That's through Facebook and Insta. 200 ads currently that they're running. And so these ads will all be designed for different stages of the funnel. So let's have a look at what they might be. So this one here is being run on Facebook and Instagram, and there are multiple versions of this ad. So basically dynamic ads, which means that they have about 10 different images, blurbs, headings that are all getting jumbled up to see which one gets the best result from the people who are seeing the ads, which ones gets a big click. As you can see, it's get $25 off, sign up to our email list. So they're trying to get people to sign up. So that there, I imagine, does anyone want to guess what stage of the funnel that could be? What was that?
At the top.
Well, it could actually be, so probably at this stage, you'd already be aware of them. You may be probably, because you're only signing up to the email list to get $25 off. So you might actually be desiring their product and you're like, oh yeah, I want $25 off.
Nice.
So yeah, but maybe their actual, maybe their conversion is actually to grow their email list. That might be the goal, at which stage means that we're at the decision phase, which means we're at the very bottom of the funnel. Maybe they're not trying to get people to purchase anything just yet. So that could be all they're trying to do, is that might be the goal of their funnel, is to get a bigger email database. So that could be at different stages, just depending on what their funnel's doing, I guess. But let's have a look at, here we go. This is a shop now. So this would be a buy. So to the very bottom right, or to the very right image, this one here is a shop now. So we can have a look and see what they're doing. So they're doing shop white. So this is their white tapware, obviously. Whether you want contrast or streamline your space, white fixtures are versatile enough to do both. They're trying to convince us, they're showing us, and from here, we can have a look and we can click on shop now. So when we click on shop now, that button could take us to one URL with all white, depending on how they've set their ad up, or it might take us to that specific bowl. So let's have a look where it takes us. If we click on shop now, they're going to now, so all of their white tapware. If they really wanted to push me even further through the funnel, they could have directed me directly to that product landing page, which might be, let's pretend it's that one there. So they could have actually taken me right down to this level. And then what they might do is, if I don't buy, because they're tracking me, they know I've been here, they might then send me this particular product in my timeline with a 5% off or a 10% off or something like that, which is like, we want you to buy this now. So does that sort of help with sort of visualizing that funnel? Does anyone have any questions, or is anyone still a little bit confused about the funnel at all?
I have a question, Renee. It's Renee.
Yeah.
Just,
Hi.
I guess it makes sense when you've got a product, but when you've got a service like myself, it's hard to try and use that process.
Yeah, so that's right. So it'll be a bit different. Your funnel will be slightly different. So let's have a chat about what that might look like. So you've got a website, I know that, right?
Yeah.
Have you got your Facebook and your Pixel installed on that?
Yeah, I think you did it.
Yep. Pixel, do you do email marketing?
I'm in the process of doing that.
Yep. Okay, so we've got email. We've got socials. So what have you got for socials?
LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yep. Do you have Google My Business?
Yes.
Great. So that's all your organic social. Do you do any paid social yet?
I've done a few paid, but when I do my Facebook Lives every month, I pay to push that through. But that's about it.
So we got limited, but that's okay because we're not using that for our funnel yet, are we? We haven't worked out our funnel and where to use those ads and what they look like yet.
Yeah.
So then we've got video. Do you do any video on YouTube or Vimeo or anything like that?
Yep. So we've got a YouTube channel. So I repurpose all the Facebook Live videos on the YouTube channel, and they're also on the website.
Yep. Great. We've got organic Google search, so organic SEO. Do you do blogs?
Yes, I've got a bunch of blogs on the website, and I also repurpose my travel experts blogs as well.
Yeah, so we've got that. And do you do any paid Google ads?
No.
Okay. So now what's the product that you want to sell? What would you be considering a conversion at the moment? What's your goal?
My goal is to drive people to the website and to reach out to the travel experts that are on the website. So
to make an inquiry directly with a travel expert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
and there are also tours and packages on there that people can inquire directly through my website, and that goes through to the travel expert that facilitates that.
So maybe let's think about just one funnel to begin with, which could be that inquiring with a travel expert. So filling out a form would be it, right?
Yes. Yeah. So there's a direct contact form that sits on the agent's profile on the website, and that inquiry goes straight through to the agent.
Excellent. So you're feeding to the top of the funnel all of those different platforms that we just spoke about, email, whatever. And we're directing them all to where right now, because obviously there's a lot of different travel experts. So we probably need to be with all of your up the top, the awareness, or probably first we want awareness, we want them coming to the website, but we're trying to get them to convince them that not you, but the travel industry experts are industry leaders. They know what they're doing. So maybe
because there's so many niches, it's quite.
That's right.
Do I have to set one up for each one?
Yeah, that's right. Yours is quite complex. So maybe what you might do is focus on an actual expert per funnel. You could do that.
Okay.
Because they're going to be very, very different audience groups.
Yeah, correct.
Or what you do is maybe it's because we're going to be sending them to the page where all of the experts are listed.
Yeah.
Right. So then you can lose so many people at that stage. So what we want to do is we want to see who's landed on that page. Right.
Yeah.
And retarget them through ads. But maybe at that stage you need to do dynamic creative ads, which represent all of the different experts industries to then try and drive people back to that specific expert when they click on something that they see that they like. I think you might have to really think about simplifying the objective to not bring it down to one thing rather than, that many different travel experts. It might just need to be one travel expert. Or got another idea. The other thing could be having a landing page for them, which could be like what is your ideal holiday, where they do a bit of a Q&A, where then you identify what travel expert, what person they might match with. Because then someone's interested in travel, right? That could be your objective, is to get people to see who wants to fill out a form because they're interested in travel, and then you can look at sort of which pools of industries they land in.
Yeah.
I sort of feel like we need to come up a step for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Is anybody else, and maybe we can work on that in a session as well. Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions about how you're going to get there for your funnel? Feel free to, I'm happy to open it up to anybody who wants to ask questions. Have I sort of clarified it for everybody, or is everyone more confused? No one's talking?
That's great.
It has clarified it a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, if you do have any questions at all, or you want to go into this in more detail, let me know, and we can do that during one of our sessions if we're doing a session together. Or if you are working with one of the advisors who isn't me, maybe you could talk to them about identifying your funnel, like really trying to fine tune that. And it might just help you if you write it down so that you can visualize it. Like I said, you can use some of those free software tools, or even draw it and find somebody who can do it digitally for you so that you've got that. And then that way, if you want to make adjustments or amendments, you can very easily. I hope that helped everybody a little bit, remembering every industry is very, very different. And yeah, feel free to reach out at any time, and best of luck everyone with your funnels.